Welcome to the Getting Real podcast. I am so excited to have with me today my dear friend Amanda Williams, who's known as the Traveling Realtor. She is a global real estate professional. She is a just a powerhouse investor and realtor and just amazing person. So I'm super excited to have you with me here today, Amanda. We're going to talk about your traveling and real estate, like what you do, how you manage to invest in this way, and then also being a realtor. We're going to talk about AI. There's a lot of things that we're going to touch on today, and I'm super excited you're here. So welcome.
Oh, thank you. I'm excited to be here. Yeah, we have lots to chat about.
We do. There's so much, and this is pretty much just like conversation one. We have like a lot to talk about. This is a whole other issue, and we'll do another episode about that. But today we're going to talk about just some of the background, how you got started, and then also what you're doing today that is different and new and taking advantage of technology. So, yeah, let's go into how you got started. How did you become the traveling realtor? How did you get into that?
So, I was laying in a hammock in 2017 in Jamaica, and I decided I was in a real estate investment mastermind. I do those a lot. And I was just like, how can I marry travel and real estate? Because at the time, I was a busy real estate agent, I was working with buyers and sellers. I was also flipping houses. I also had about 15 long term rental properties. I had pretty much done everything in the real estate investment world, wholesaling, like you name it, I've done it. And so I was just ready to be able to travel. I was kind of felt stuck. And so I branded myself as the traveling realtor, and I had an idea of what it would look like, but that idea of what it would look like never actually, like, it doesn't look like that at all. It looks completely different. And
What was your
so
idea and what does it look like, really?
so my idea was that I am going to have a podcast where I interview other real estate agents who are traveling, and I'm going to ask them how they are doing it. How are they able to leave their little small town where they're like busy in, and actually go on a vacation and not be on your laptop the whole time? I was struggling with my boyfriend at the time always getting mad at me because I was working. Like, I would get the phone call, the travel guides would come out, I would have to write an offer. Like, something would always happen. And I'm just like, how are these other agents doing it? How are they able to actually go take a real vacation? Because at the time, I was not able to do that. And so my intention of the podcast was to interview these agents and learn what they were doing so that I too could become a traveling realtor.
And what happened? Because it's not the podcast, but you are the traveling realtor.
Yeah, I never ended up doing the podcast. Thank God you are doing the podcast. I'm speaking on a lot of other people's podcasts now, which is great.
So
But I
reverse,
guess,
you're the guest. You're the one who's doing it, who's inspiring other people and living the lifestyle you wanted. So what is it now? How is your lifestyle and how did you get to do it?
yeah. So, I mean, I don't want to like go through the whole thing because you can read about all that stuff online. But uh, I'm not going to say I was lucky because I was not lucky, but I was privileged with a huge um, experience in my life where my dad got cancer. And so I ended up taking him down to Mexico and doing like the whole alternative cancer treatment. And so we threw our house onto Airbnb at the time. And that was in early 2018. And so that's kind of what got me started on my short-term rental journey. So I'd already gotten started on my long-term rental journey. I had a bunch of those already, but it wasn't really paying. I mean, it was paying like maybe $4,000 a month. Like, that was not a lot of money for 15 properties. That was what it was cash flowing. And then I had already joined EXP Realty at the time, but I hadn't been there very long. And so, yeah, I was just kind of struggling along with that. And now all of a sudden, we've got a very successful short term, mid term rental business. I've got hundreds of agents across 5 countries and 33 US states with EXP, and just doing a lot of really cool projects now, a lot of stuff with AI.
I'm blessed to be one of your EXP agents and, help especially focused on helping connect realtors around like who understand investing with our goddesses and investors who are looking for that. I'm excited. I'd love to know, love for you to share more about like what is EXP, why it's been so pivotal to your success, and why you think it's a great platform for those looking to work remotely or internationally.
Yeah. So, well, first off, it gave me the ability to not be stuck in a small town. So, I was one of the first to join EXP in 2017, and it really just expanded me. So, I knew agents in different areas, and so it just kind of flowed from that point forward. But the biggest thing for me wasn't necessarily the same reasons why I joined, because it was such a small company when I joined, but now it's like 90,000 agents. And so now the collaboration for me is number one. Being able to go to Italy or go to Portugal or go to Spain. Like I just had a meeting with a big brokerage in Spain yesterday. I have a meeting with a brokerage in Canada today. And so it's allowing me to connect with all of these different brokers and agents from around the world, and not just tell them about the EXP model, which is what we're doing, and they're coming over to EXP. But now I have the ability to go to my audience and say, hey, have you ever thought about investing in Spain? Have you ever thought about investing in Mexico? And I have partners now in all of these different areas. So instead of me just being a little real estate agent in Raleigh, North Carolina, doing my own thing, I now have access to literally properties like all over the world. And then I refer all of that business to them. And then I just make a referral commission. And it's the most beautiful thing ever, because I'm not actually having to work with those buyers. I'm literally just like making the connection, which is what I'm really good at. And then I pass them over and then I get paid.
I love it. That's why I'm there. I love that. But it's also great for those who want to do the work and get connected to different deals and buyers. It's pretty extraordinary. So if
Oh,
you are
yeah.
interested in learning more about EXP, let us know. Yeah, or connect with me and
Yeah.
tell me more. If you are an agent and you were like, I want to get involved in that and just be part of this really cool international global community, or you're not an agent yet, but you want to get in, yeah, talk to us. Um,
Yeah.
all right. So I know that you've been super into, and we both have been studying a lot of AI and implementing it um, in our business. So I'd love to know what you are doing with artificial intelligence, how you're implementing it and working in your business with it.
I think, well, I mean, what am I not doing with AI? Good Lord, I'm getting a certification right now in how to be a consultant. I've been in masterminds, and we've been in the same mastermind for the last year and a half. And
Yeah.
so I think we're like some of the lucky ones that kind of got in early because of our other mastermind group with the Platinum Partners with Tony Robbins. And so thank God we're part of that. And like the new up and coming stuff always kind of comes through there first, I feel like. So, what am I doing with AI? I have built custom GPTs for pretty much everything that I need as far as like all of my marketing stuff goes. So, I run a furnished rental company in Raleigh, North Carolina, for those that don't know. And we have 25 furnished properties. So, I don't really do Airbnb with them. I do more of like 30-day stays. So, midterm rentals is what we call it. And I use those properties to market for people moving from another state. I really target California, New York, Connecticut, Florida. And so I target these different areas because these are my feeder states as they're moving into Raleigh, North Carolina. And so I am using it to literally create all of my content for that. It's writing all of my blogs. It's doing, I mean, everything that you can imagine for my marketing. It's doing all of it. And it's even got like Canva plugins. So it's helping us with creating all of our graphics as well. And so I've got all of that going. That's just for my Carolina Furnished Rentals business. But then, you're able to build out all of these different AI assistants as well. I don't know like how much your audience has been studying AI and Chat GPT, but there's just so much that you can do with it. And like even right now, I'm working on another course. I've built courses already using the platforms, and now I'm working on something else. It's going to be really cool. So yeah, I think if you could just like, for those of you listening, whatever it is, you literally can go to Chat GPT as long as you prompt it correctly or know like where to find the correct custom GPT to ask. I'm going there before I'm going to Google at this point. And I'm getting so much better like data and just it's correct information. Actually, it's like really good information. And so I'm using it for everything. I've even built an AI doctor. So I've uploaded all of my blood work, all of my all of my tests that I get done, because I get all of my like hormones and blood work and heavy metal tox, all of that stuff. I get all of that tests pretty often, like at least once a year. So I'll upload all of that into an AI doctor that I've created. And so now I can go in there and I can ask it questions, and I can just kind of like consult with my own AI doctor that knows everything about me. So you could use this for your personal stuff. You could use it for your health stuff. You could, yeah, everything, your relationships.
It's incredible. I've created, I mean, I do also use it for all the things. And I have created custom GPTs for, my program for the goddesses. So helping, GPTs for due diligence, GPTs to create plans to set, to break your goal up so you can accomplish your goals more quickly. GPTs for just like everything. There's no limit as to what it can do, and it's getting smarter and smarter every day. It's crazy. I love it. Um, and
You know
yeah,
what's
I'm
really
super
funny,
excited.
Monique?
Yeah,
I have got this GPT so dialed in to my business. I literally, all I have to do is go to Caroline. That's what I've named her. And I just say, hey, Caroline, I need you to write an ad for blah, blah, blah address, 123 Main Street. And she literally just knows everything about everything and just writes like the perfect ad. And we are at the point where we don't even really have to edit that anymore. All we're doing is copy pasting and then throwing it out there. It's done.
yeah, it's awesome. It's so great. Yeah, mine. There's one that, like, knows my voice, knows exactly like me. It's awesome. So, before we got recording, I had a question for you that was talking about, how are you um, dealing with challenges in today's market as an investor? And you were saying, oh, I don't know if I want to talk about this. This was a tough week. And I was like, we do want to talk about this because this is getting real. This is what it's not always like checks in the mail and like it's not always lollipops and rainbows and snowflakes. It's sometimes it's like challenging. So tell us what's been challenging and how do you get over it? What makes it still worth it for you?
Yeah, it's definitely been a challenging week. Okay, so a couple of things that's happened is we market for relocation clients, but we also get a lot of insurance claim clients. So these are people that have maybe burnt their house down or had a plumbing leak, or I mean, even like with Asheville in the Western North Carolina mountains, a lot of those people were coming down, which they haven't checked out of our houses yet. They're still in our houses. But just in the last couple of weeks, we had a lot of insurance claim clients that had moved out of our homes and just kind of trashed them. They
Mhm.
didn't take care of them because the insurance company was paying. And there's a law in North Carolina that I can't take a security deposit unless I actually like hold it in an escrow account. And I just don't want to do that. So I'm working on another way to get around that law right now. But that was something that was kind of like a kick. It's like, oh, like we treated these people so good and they just like completely ruined the floors and like markers on the walls and just all the crap.
Mhm.
And then in the last 2 days, I have had a huge plumbing leak on one of the properties that I personally own. So thank God, one of my guests that's staying in this property, he's from Asheville, so his house is gone. So he's staying in our property now. He's a handyman, so he was able to fix my huge plumbing leak. Thank God. But that was $1,200. And then just last night, I got a call that my well was out on this property. And so that well feeds two of my houses. And so I had Airbnb guests in both of those houses. And so now I have to pay for an entire new well. And it's not just the pump, it's like all the piping and the wiring and like all the things. I don't even know how much that's going to be at this point. Probably close to $5,000, I'm guessing. But those types of things happen. And it's all well and good to talk about, oh yeah, it's a great business and we're housing, all of these people. But what sometimes we don't talk about is sometimes the houses get trashed. And sometimes if you own the properties, you're going to get some pretty steep bills, whether it's a new well or maybe it's a new HVAC. I mean, those things happen. And unfortunately, I kind of feel like they come in like threes. And so it's not like, oh, just one little thing will happen this week and then maybe like next year something will happen. It's like, okay, when you get hit hard. At least I do. I always get hit with multiple things in like the same day or the same week. And then it'll kind of lighten up for a little bit. But
Yeah.
that's a little bit of real life for you.
It gets real. So one of the things is when you can, sometimes you have to think maybe it's worth it to have the escrow account so that I can deal with those things, right? So you can take security deposit, you keep it in the escrow account, but then it's there when you need it. So
Yeah.
when things like this happen, you think, okay, how can I solve for this a little better? You can't get rid of all the risk. Wells will happen, right? But
Yeah.
certain things, it's like, okay, well, people can trash. So how do I get a security deposit, make sure that that's there so I'm not left holding the bag? Um, but in the end, though, right? It's like you're hopefully you're still profitable, and it's still well worth it, even though these things happen.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we are, but at the end, it's just kind of hurts a little bit. It stings a little bit. You have those months you're kind of like, oh, we like barely broke even this month because of all this crap that came up. But then you have those months too where it's like, okay, it was like a really good month. Like it was super easy. We didn't have a lot of stuff to go wrong. Everything was kind of smooth sailing. But thank God I have an amazing business partner that runs like the whole that side of the business. So he's back in North Carolina right now. He's boots on the ground at this point because like so much has happened in the last few weeks. And it's just really nice to have someone to be there and to take care of everything. Because I live in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. It's not like I'm going to pop on a plane and go to Raleigh, North Carolina tomorrow. I mean, I guess I could, but I don't really want to. I'm enjoying
And you
Cabo.
don't have to. That's the beauty of it. You can create that. You've created this life of freedom and
Yeah.
travel, that allows you to be all over. I know just in the past month, well, I saw you in Cabo a couple weeks ago, but you were in Germany, you were in Portugal, and then you're going to Florida, you're going all over. So there's a lot. It's really cool, the lifestyle that you built. And so I want to talk a little bit about, because I know part of your heart is, you empower agents, especially women in real estate, and we share a heart to just help women in this way. What advice do you have for someone wanting to create a career or business in real estate?
I mean, gosh, just get started. Like, figure out what you want to do first. I'm pretty big in like niching out, so figuring out exactly what that looks like. Um, for me, like when I first got in, well, I'll fast forward to when I started doing the midterm rentals. I could just do straight up, hey, I have temporary housing or whatever, and just like market to a big blanket of people. But I got super intentional about like one type of client. And I know exactly who that client is. I know where they live. I know where they shop. I know like everything about that person. And so when I'm doing all of my marketing, I'm speaking to that person. And I think that's really important. Whatever you're doing, get clear on who you're selling to. And
Yeah.
then you'll be able to sell whatever it is that you're selling, whether you're flipping houses and you're looking for sellers to sell at a discount, or whether you're looking for sellers that have properties that are completely paid off and you're looking to ask them to own or finance to you. Or maybe you're, like for me, my ideal client, I have two. My ideal client is someone ideally from California who's looking to move to North Carolina. They own a house that's paid off in California. They want to move to North Carolina. We're going to help them buy about 3 houses cash. And then they're going to be able to live without a mortgage. They're going to be able to buy 2 more investment properties, which they can rent long term, or we can help them furnish those properties. And then we can rent those for them for double the price of what they would get as a long term tenant. So, like, I know exactly how to talk to those people. And so I think that's important with whatever it is that you're looking at doing, is just getting super clear. And now we have ChatGPT to help us with that, and the decision trees, and like building out your business plan. And you literally just go to ChatGPT Business Plan Builder and you just start saying, ask me questions to figure out what I want to do. And
It's
boom.
awesome. And you, for those of you who are not sure about what to do in real estate and how, Amanda is going to be at our upcoming Invest Like a Woman real estate event, just happening December 5th through 7th. And you are going to be seeing women doing all different types of real estate there successfully. It's going to be a great place to learn just what the universe of things that are out there, how you get started, and how you do this as a woman and the feminine. You were at our in-person, you've been at a few of our events, but we did our Invest Like a Woman in Atlanta last year. Do you have any comments about what that experience was like?
It was awesome. Oh my gosh, Monique, you always draw like the best women into the room. And so it was just awesome. I mean, every little detail was done. Even the pink flower thingies, like that was super
It was.
cute. Yeah. Everything was just decorated to a T. Everyone was taking pictures with all of their like props that everyone had. And yeah, the networking, the collaboration, the speakers were awesome as well. And I think it's just, you host a really great event. So I'm looking forward to this one. And I'm honored to speak at this one as well.
I can't wait to have you there. And y'all, this month, this is my birthday month. And so for my birthday, there is a special code to get the tickets are 97, but I'm not, well, I was born half a century ago, though I'm saying it's the 15th anniversary of my 35th birthday. But the code will take the ticket down to $50 only for this month as a birthday thing. So you can join us with 50B Day code. And if you go to reigoddessesevent.com, then you can get that ticket so you can join us. It is going to be incredible for you to get that clarity and also connect with this incredible community. As Amanda says, I don't know why, but just the women that show up, the women that are attracted to what we're doing are just phenomenal. They're just incredible. So you will feel like you have a whole bunch of new sisters at the end of
Yeah.
this event, and it's gonna be fun. So definitely join us there. All right. So it is time for before we do our end of show Trinity, which is a brag, a gratitude, and a desire, Amanda, what is the best way for people to connect and find out more about you and what you're doing?
I would say if you go to my Instagram, it's Amanda the Traveling Realtor. It's super easy to find. Just go there, and I have my link tree there. I have all kinds of stuff on my link tree. So like everything I'm involved in is there. I have all kinds of like freebies. I have a free course on there. I have all kinds of stuff. So I have a free starter kit. And I'm about to have a free AI download too. So just stay on the watch out for that, because that's going to be really good. And by the way, I'm building it on AI.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it's so great. It's like, what
Yeah.
I ask myself like 5 times a day, what did I do before? AI. Anyway, so I'm at Amanda, the traveling realtor, and now time for our Trinity. What is your brag? What are you celebrating?
Oh, what am I celebrating? Gosh, I feel like there's always so much to celebrate. I'm celebrating. Oh, I kind of want to talk about something, but I'm not allowed to talk about it. But I'm celebrating being able to be free to live in Cabo and work on a very exciting project here.
Ding.
And and we're so close
Yes.
to being able we're going to be able to talk about it soon,
Yes.
but it's just, I'm celebrating being able to tap into who I truly am, what I'm passionate about, and work on what I'm calling a passion project here in Mexico. And so it just feels really good. I'm connecting with all of the right people right now to be able to make this dream come true. And so that's what I'm going to celebrate, my
Yay.
new thing in Mexico.
Well, right. We'll have a different show where we'll talk about that and we'll get deep into it and it'll be fun. So what are you grateful for?
Oh, I am grateful for all the people in my life. My I guess my circle, I would call it. My circle. Proximity is power. All of my platinum partner brothers and sisters. We just had an amazing plat trip in Germany where we rented Porsche 911 Carreras, and we drove through the Black Forest and we drove on the Autobahn. And it was amazing. And we just rented these cars for 2 days and just like went a little crazy in them and then gave them back, and they were like stinking and smoking. That's how hard we drove them. So yeah, I'm grateful for that. That was like one of the top things, like adventure trips I've ever been on. It was awesome.
That is epic. Beautiful gratitude. And lastly, what is one thing that you desire?
I desire, I desire, this is the Getting Real podcast, right? I desire to be in a place in my life where I feel like I'm clear about everything that I'm doing. I desire
Clarity. You desire
I,
clarity.
I
Okay.
desire clarity on all of my projects to see how they all fit together and merge beautifully. That's what I desire, because right now I've got a lot of different projects going on. And sometimes as an entrepreneur, we can kind of feel like, there's so much going on. But at the same time, everything's moving in the right direction. But it would feel very nice just to be like super clear on like, this is exactly what I'm doing. And yes, let's go.
Yes. You are multi-passionate and have a lot of various things that are, a lot of balls in the air. I understand.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think a lot of us who are entrepreneurs, and especially in the real estate industry, like we have a lot going on, and it's not that we're like say yes people. It's just that there's a lot of really cool opportunities out there. And so if you can figure out how to like merge them together and make them all kind of jive together,
Yeah.
so it all has to be like in the same industry, right? It all has to work together. It's not like you can go like be an MLM over here and then sell lotions over here and then go sell real estate over here. Like those probably don't go together. But if they all go together, I think you can make it work really well.
Yeah. Well, so shall your desire for clarity be, or so much better than you can imagine. Oh, my friend,
With
thank
with
you.
fairy dust, with
Yeah,
fairy
oh, with
dust.
the dust on top, bippity boppity boo. I don't always do that on the show, but yes, that's the real deal, the real way I say this. So shall your desires be, or so much better than you can imagine, under grace and in perfect ways, with fairy dust on top. Bippity boppity boo. I haven't been using the bippity boppity boo on the show, but I should really. I should. But
Yeah,
you get it. You get the fairy dust.
I do.
You do. You deserve it. Well, thank you again. Thank you for coming. Thank you to all of you for tuning in. Again, join us at the upcoming Invest Like a Woman event, December 5th through 7th. Go to reigoddessesevent.com. So goddesses is plural, event is singular, and use that code this month to take advantage of our birthday deal. So thank you for getting real with us today. Let's get real and stay real. Bye.
See you.